Hey, welcome back to Cube Puzzle Fun. I'm Alex, and this is Cube Puzzle Fun, a channel where I show what I've learned about these cube puzzles and how to solve them in plain English so that as many people as possible can learn as much as possible about how you solve these things. And I just cut a video where I taught the first step of solving a 3x3 Rubik's Cube, which is to get a red cross or red X with all of the colors lined up over their appropriate centers. And there were a few more things that I wanted to include in that video, but I ran out of time, which can happen to you if you have too many YouTube channels like I do, and you are stuck with the 15-minute time constraint. But hey, we can work with it. We can work with it just fine. Okay, so yeah, in the last in that video, I showed you how to get the red cross or red X, where you get all the red edges next to the red center and have them over the appropriate center in the middle row. So this has a yellow center down below a red center, and the edge piece in between is red yellow, and that's the same all the way around: red blue, red white, and red green. So first thing I want to do is show you an alternate method that some people say is easier, and you can decide for yourself whether it's easier for you. But what you do is you identify the center that you the color that you want to tackle. In this case, let's say blue, and you figure out what is the opposite color to blue. This is the blue center, so on the other side we have the green center. So we take the blue and we surround it by green edges. And we find the green edges wherever they are on the cube. In this case, we have two really convenient ones just down along the bottom. And if they are down along the bottom side of the cube on the underside, you can get those to what you're considering the top of the cube just by rotating a full 180 degrees around whatever middle they're on. So in this case, you rotate it around that red center and get that up to the top, and then the other one is down under this orange center, and you get that up to the top. Somewhere else on this cube, there is another green edge, and oh, I see it sneaking, just popped up down here along the bottom, and along the bottom, it is easy to get things up to the top, as I said before, just by putting it in a protected area, which is where it already is. If it was here, you would just, if it was here under the middle that we're about to bring down, you would move it out of the way and get it into a protected area. And then bring that whole middle row down and pick up that green and then bring it back up to where your other green edges are on the top. And then you would have your blue surrounded by green edge, green edge, green edge, green edge, with and you would just do this as quickly as you can do it, with no respect to what is over what center at all. You just don't even worry about it. And then when you have those four around their opposite center, then you can flip your cube over so that the green side is the top. And now you know that all four of these down along the underside there have the green edge on them, and all you have to do is move them around until they're underneath the right center. Say orange, for example. You just swing this around until there's an orange under it. Now the orange is under it, and you just swing it up to the top. And you've got your green and your orange already lined up correctly. Now, next to it is yellow. So you just keep swinging this around until you find the yellow pop up, which I will caution you one thing. Well, we got the yellow to pop up, and then we can swing it up to the top. I will caution you one thing. As you start swinging some of them from the bottom up to the top, you could get a yellow, for example, down under here that is not the green, so you need to start double checking after you get a couple of them up there. I'll show you what I mean in a second, but here's red center. So we keep swinging this around until we find the red pop up, and then when the red pops up, you can check underneath to make sure it is still the green, because there could be a different red by now. But since it's still the red green, you swivel that up to the top, and we have one more, which is the white center. And so we just keep swinging this around until a white pops up underneath. There it is. And double check underneath to make sure it's still the white green. It is. So you bring it up to the top, and that is a pretty easy way to get that same solution where you have the green center surrounded by the green edges, and they are all over their correct center. And some people find that they can do this method a lot faster. So if that seems easier to you, by all means use it. And there are two more things that I wanted to show you about step one, getting these edges aligned in the right place. One of them is that if you have a edge piece and it is, and let's say it's not where it's supposed to be yet, let's say it is already down in the protected zone, it's down along the bottom row, which is where it's easy to pick things up from, and it's already off to the side and protected over here. Swinging that middle down and then picking it up is one way that definitely works. Some people also like this method of swinging it around the center that it's already underneath, a half turn, and then swinging it around the center that it goes over, like that, and then just replacing this one that they moved. That So that looks like this. I'll show you it again all at once. This is in the protected, when you have it underneath where you want to get it to, and it's down along the bottom row. You can put it in a protected place, which is either swing it over to the right or over to the left. You can't swing it to the back, because then when you bring down the thing to pick it up, it's no longer there anymore. It's it's popped up to the top, and it's over the wrong place, so that's no good. But if you have it and you put it in a protected place, which is either over here or over here, you can, rather than bringing that middle down like that, you can just swing it around so that it's lined up next to its orange center, and then bring it up to the top, and then just replace this back where it was before you started swinging it. And that's just an alternate method. It's probably the same number of moves. It saves you nothing, but it's good to start thinking alternate ways of getting pieces to move. But the last thing that I wanted to show you, which I do find to be pretty important, this is something that can save you some time. If you have a piece that is on an edge in the middle row somewhere, like this green-orange, and you need to get this green-orange from here up top to the green over the orange center, and it's way over on the other side, you can do what you're supposed to do of bringing it down and then moving it around and all of that stuff. But sometimes if you just want to get it there a lot quicker, what you can do is just temporarily ignore where these centers are. You just start moving the whole bottom two rows of the cube until you line that up to where the center was before you started swiveling it around. So in this case, we would swivel it all the way around until it's where the orange center pretty much used to be, and then swing it up to the top. And then once we've got it where its destination is, then just move all of those centers back to where they were. And that does save you some maneuvering and is a quicker way to get one of these pieces to where you want it to go, but it's just the only drawback is you have to let go of where these centers are for a minute and then remember to put them back in the right place. So some people find that confusing. If that's confusing to you, then just don't do it. But some people find it a lot easier and quicker, and if it's easier and quicker, then sure, by all means, give it a try. Yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say about step one. If you're ready for step two, go to step two. If you are needing to practice step one a little bit more, take your time, practice step one until you get comfortable with it. Rewatch this video if you need to. It'll be here for you. And yeah, that's me. My rap name is Alex. This is Cube Puzzle Fun. Peace.